Ugh. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gages Garage, and in today's video, as you can see, we are going to be working on wiring, which is a very difficult part of this build. So yeah, I've got everything laid out and connected in the right areas. I got to get some things finally bolted down and figure out a few other things, like why my start button won't work when it's even when it's grounded to the frame. So I'm gonna have to cut into this wiring loom and figure that out, but I don't want to because it looks good, but it's just, I'm gonna have to if I'm gonna want to make it work. So yeah, just stay tuned and just see me struggle with figuring out how to wire this thing. So yeah. Now, when it comes to wiring harnesses, I am no expert, but I am pretty good at kind of figuring out how I can make things work. And in this case, I have my start button right here with this entire assembly that has all like the headlights, the brights, and the kill switch and the start switch all on one thing. Now, this wasn't working. Like, I have everything plugged in how it's supposed to be. I've got it grounded, and I have my solenoid connected in the right way. But every time I press the button, it would not work. So I followed the wires from my solenoid. I have my hot wire that goes all the way up to this switch that connects to the start button. And I followed that wire and made sure it connected to the right place up here. But what I figured out is the hot wire, so the wire that's on the other side of my button, so that way when I push the button, it completes the circuit and takes the hot all the way down to the solenoid, allowing the engine to turn over. So what I figured out is this orange wire is my hot wire from the button, and the orange wire was not connected in the right area on this little housing right here. So as soon as I put the orange on the hot directly and I press the button, starts over every time. So now that I figured that out, all I have to do is run a separate wire from my orange all the way down to my hot, and it'll completely fix this problem. So now that I figured that out, I'm in a whole lot less of stress, and it's so much more relieving. But yeah, I'm not the smartest when it comes to wiring harnesses, but I am really good at figuring things out and how I can make it work. So yeah, that's just how it worked in this instance. And I had the exact same problem on my 250cc bobber motorcycle, but the way I fixed that was entirely getting rid of this whole system and cutting it all of these wires and just wiring an entirely just one separate button to my starter solenoid and to the battery, which it worked. It doesn't look as good though, which is the problem. But then again, that was my first motorcycle I ever built, like full size with a wiring harness and a 250 5-speed. So I had a lot to learn from that. And as you can see, it's showing through on this build because I've learned a lot more on that. And I've just tried to think about this one more than I did that one and how I could make this system work. And now that I got it to work, we're golden. All we got to do is figure out where to put all this, find out where I'm going to mount my battery, because I don't know yet. And then I also have to finish my intake valve. I have to get some steel hole saw blades, which I don't have. So I'm gonna try and get those today, but I don't know if they'll have them at the places I'm gonna be. So yeah, just stay tuned for this video, because I'm almost done wiring. As soon as I get done wiring, as soon as I get done putting the air intake on there, we're riding. So I gotta put the chain on and everything, but that's not gonna take long at all. So yeah, I'm getting excited. It's coming along pretty quick. So yeah, stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the video. can see, I finally got the battery in place on the frame, and now right now all I'm working on is this new little adapter wire that I'm sending from the hot on the left all the way down to my battery. So that way, the start pump works. So right now, yes, it's what this is really. Alright, now that I finally got the holes drilled through these homemade gasket type things I had to make, all I have to do is get this tube at the right angles. That way I can get this fit up underneath of there, and hopefully I don't have any problems. So yeah, let's just get into that. Okay, I've got the exhaust pipe fully mounted on the frame, and now all that's left to do is just get my carburetor mounted to the engine, as well as putting the gas tank on and putting everything else on. I also have to tighten down all the bolts, but I am so close to getting this thing done. I have to wait till my throttle cable gets here in order to try and start it fully. But yeah, I mean, it's coming along. So we're just gonna put it back together, and this video should be up within the next couple of days. So yeah, stay tuned and see how it all the problems that's going to arise after this thing runs. So yeah. Time to wire the turn signals out now that we got them on. Bada bing, bada bam. Turn signals 101. Just got to do the same thing to the other side now. Nice. Alright everyone, I got both sides finished. So if you turn it this way, those turn signals turn on. Both sides, rear and front. This way, these turn signals turn on. And now I really like the way I did this because most turn signal like harnesses, or not harnesses, but like most turn signal, like however they're wired, they're usually always wired with a relay and or a flasher, so that way it tells the lights like to tick, like to on off like that. But the way I did it is I just got some 4 LED strips that are used to be turn signals, but they don't need a relay or a flasher, because just with a direct current they have like a strobe, like as you can see when it's on, it's like a strobe, so that works as a turn signal. So I don't need a relay at all. All I need is a direct hot to each side, and that's what this 3-way switch does. And the way I grounded, or the way I wired this, is my center switch, my center pin right here, goes directly to my ground. And then I took the ground from my rear turn signal and the ground from my front right turn signal, and I wired those two together, and then those two are wired up into this one right here, into this pin. So that way when I turn it this way, it allows this current to be finished and it allows it to connect to each other. But I also wired the hot from this turn signal and the hot from this turn signal together, and then they're just directly to the hot on the battery. So, yep, that's just completing the circuit and allowing the ground to continue through the pin, or through this little circuit right here. So that's what allows it to go to hot. So now when I turn it to this side, the same thing happens on that side. It allows this current right here to finish through and keep flowing through here. And when it's like that, it's off and it doesn't allow any current through either sides. So now all I have to do is just put this, make a little mount up here for right here, and I'll just have my own little turn signal. And I love the way it turned out. All right, I'm pretty sure I got everything figured out. So now let's actually test it. This is the 3rd try, so let's hope this one works. Ooh, close. there you have it, everybody. The very first test start on the new motorcycle. And it's been running great. All I had to do was adjust my airflow mixture screw, and now it starts up fine, runs fine. I didn't have to choke it after running it for a little bit, so it's great so far. All I have to do is wait till I get my clutch cable, which is coming within the next couple of days, and the first test ride is going to be in the next video. So that's going to be it for this video. Next video is just going to be me planning on testing this thing and just seeing how everything works. And now that I finished the wiring and everything, I'm waiting for my headlight basket and speedometer. I also have to buy, as well as a horn. But once I do all that, that's just minor stuff that's not hard to do at all. So after that, it's go time. It's just time to test her out. But I love it. It's awesome. I'm so glad I'm so glad this thing started and it runs the way it does. It's so cool. Oh man, I love this thing. So yeah, stay tuned for next video. It's going to be me riding it. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit that like button if you really want to support and help me out, as well as subscribing. And please just share it with anyone you can, and just please get my name out there. I want people to see the stuff that I've done, because I'm proud of this. I'm proud of myself. I love where I've taken these projects so far and all that I've accomplished. So if you could help me out and just share this with others as well. So thank you all for watching. That is it for this episode in Gages Garage. Hit that like button, and thank you for watching.